Hi guys, welcome to Three Coaches, One Topic. I'm Donna Burfield and today I'm joined by Adele and Paul, and we've got a really interesting topic to discuss. So especially if you're a coach and you're looking at building your business and designing courses and programs. But before we get into that, I would like to pass you over to Adele so Adele can tell you a little bit about herself, her business, and where she's dialing in from. Over to you, Adele.
Hi, I'm Adele. I'm from South Africa and I'm involved with coaching minds. I'm a supervisor in the course, the accreditation course, and that's my main focus at the moment, and helping coaches go through the program and get their certification.
And you do it very well. Thank you very much. You helped me through the certification.
Thanks.
Thank you. And Paul, back to you. Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
No, thank you, Donna. Thank you, Adele. Adele, you do it very well as well. Thank you so much for all you do for our training coaches. Really wonderful stuff. And Donna, thank you so much for holding this space today and giving us this opportunity to talk about coaching platforms. Really, really appreciate it. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Paul Smith. I'm Managing Director here at Coaching Minds. And my role, many different roles here, but essentially helping the business take off, helping the business scale, looking after everything we do here at Coaching Minds, through our accredited training programs, but also through the other offerings that we have here at Coaching Minds. So that's a little bit about me. I'm from the UK. I'm back in the UK right now, so I'm tuning from the UK and excited to be here with the both of you.
Thank you so much. And you have been instrumental to opening my eyes of platforms and coaching rooms and everything. So you're going to be talking a lot today, Paul. Just
Possibly, yeah.
Adele, you and I can go for a cup of tea. Yeah. So I'm Donna Burfield. I'm a parent coach and founder of Joy and Purpose Coaching. I also run a coaching community here in the UAE called Coaches Supporting Coaches. But I have just gone through the certification and doing the final accreditation paperwork through Coaching Minds for the EMCC. And we've had a big discussion about coaching platforms and coaching rooms. And in Coaching Minds, you offer us the opportunity to have a coaching room, which has been phenomenal. The things that I've learned and easy use. So this is why today we are going to be exploring other coaching platforms. And then Paul and Adele are going to tell you what they offer in Coaching Minds for those that are interested in signing up and going through this channel. So yeah, today the title is The Coach's Toolkit, Essential Considerations for Choosing a Coaching Platform. So to start off with, Adele, you've gone through this and you and I aren't, how can we say it politely, aren't necessarily tech savvy. We're challenged. So why do you think it is important and what are the benefits of having a coaching room platform?
For me, the importance is, first of all, you get that connection with your community. You put out there what your niche is, what you work in, and you're going to put that out and you're going to attract the correct people to your coaching platform. The benefit from that is you are going to grow yourself as a coach. You're going to grow your community. You're going to grow your following as well. So there's so many benefits to it. And to put yourself out there to really show what you do offer, what coaching you provide, what services you provide, how you can help a person grow. To have that platform rather than using, for instance, your social medias, Instagram, Facebook, everything, you've got everything on one platform.
Yeah.
And that for me is the key importance of having that program. And you have a set structure that you're taking people through. If you have your coaching program ready and people can do their own exercises and you on the other side, you do your coaching and help them with your on a one-to-one basis or group coaching.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do have a coaching room with on Coaching Minds, and that what I love about it is that it cuts out the noise of, as you were saying, about all the social media. You can still put things out there, but there's so much noise and distraction. So, Paul, what do you think are the benefits? I mean, because you've gone through a lot.
Yeah. No, so to just add on to what Adele was saying, there's lots of benefits to have a coaching platform, or to start to think about courses as a coach, how you want to exercise and manage and run a community. Now that technology is advancing, the coaching industry is changing, it's important for us to do more than just coach as coaches. If we want to grow our base, our client base, we want to, as Adele mentioned, attract more people to our niche, then we need to think a little bit differently. And without using too many marketing terms, a course is a great way to start that funnel. And why we need a marketing funnel in our coaching business is to start to build up that trust with potential clients. So if we were to set up a small course that we charge a small fee for, you can use it for high ticket stuff, which I have a different opinion on. You can use it for different costs, but a good way to use a course, for example, would be if you did 6 sessions and you charged a small amount. It's a way in which somebody can connect with you at a deeper level. So you could have your, what we call a lead magnet, which is something free, like an ebook or something that you offer for them for free. The next piece of value they can get from you is a $20, $30 course where they get to connect and learn a little bit more about you. And then from there, they might want to think, Donna's actually great. She's got this 6 course. She's teaching me about parenting. She's taught me about this. I really want to book a one-to-one session with Donna based on this. So it's a way to give clients and potential clients some kind of way to connect with you and build up that trust so they can book your services. There's other things you can use platforms for, the way in which to make things simpler, enhance the customer experience with your clients. As you both mentioned, taking people off social media into a space where they can focus. So even if you were just to use it for vlogs, for blogs, and have a platform to engage your community, it's very, very different when they're doing it on a platform that you're managing and that you're running rather than social media. We very get distracted on social media. We can have all intentions to come on and learn something, but then we see somebody's posted a picture in Spain, or they've posted their breakfast and their lunch, and then 30 minutes later we've got distracted and we've not gone in to what we actually want to use social media for. So having that separate platform ensures that when they come in there, they're ready to engage with you and they're ready to work with you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's where you can have more meaningful and purposeful conversations, which I love, and you can ask those questions and you feel like you are in a safe space. But before we discuss all the wonderful things that you have on offer, I would love to know, for coaches definitely starting out, and they may not have heard of Coaching Minds at this point, and you're doing your research, it is super overwhelming with all this information. So what would you say are some of the key features and functionalities that coaches should prioritize when they're doing these researches and looking for a coaching room, program, platform?
Adele, do you want to cover some things that you know first, and then I can go quite depth on this?
To think of it, what you need to look at is, for me, is like Donna mentioned, we're not that tech savvy, is how easy is that platform to use? How the support that you are going to get. Are you going to be left on your own? Are they going to give you a few videos that you need to look at? Are you going to have one-to-one support? Is there someone that you can contact when you are stuck? That for me is the key thing. That when I look at a platform, what it offers. Can I do a course? Can I do postings? Can I use it like a social media type of thing, having quick posts going out? Am I connecting with people? How is the connection going to be? Is there going to be interaction? Can I host events? Can I basically have your course, have your events, your postings, and pull that all together? Connection with your audience, connection with the members that is part of your community, and can they interact with each other? Can they really start communicating as well? Is there a platform where you have a messaging system? That's all incorporated for me. That's things that I would look at. But ease of use is number one.
Yes. Yeah, no, I agree. Paul, go in depth, Paul. Tell us a little bit more. Thank you, Adele. Those are exactly the ones I thought of.
Yeah. No, wonderful. No, and it's good that you guys are thinking of that as well, the the user friendly experience. But why we've kind of developed our own coaching rooms and platforms is, when we first set up Coaching Minds Hub, I did a lot of research on this. I did a lot of research in different platforms because we host courses, as you well know, accredited courses with the EMCC, and we need a platform that actually does everything we need in order to give our students, our trainee coaches, the experience that they want and need in order to get their EMCC and can host everything that we want, all the functionalities. So there's three things to really look at when you're looking at coaching platforms. First of all is the legal requirements that we have and whether or not that platform is in line with the legal requirements. I'll talk about that in a second. The second one, as Adele mentioned, is how user-friendly is it? Not just for yourself, but also for your potential clients. How easy is it a platform for potential clients to use? And also how easy is it for you to deliver and give what you need to your clients or potential clients as well? And the third one is cost. Always looking at the cost. What extra costs is there? Is there any hidden costs? How much are you going to pay in a month? How can you keep that cost lower so you can start to build that into your business model? So looking at the first one in terms of the legal requirements, it's really important. And Donna, I know we had a brief discussion beforehand. You were looking into another platform and you found there was a few legal issues, but it's important to see that it's whatever platform you're using is in line with data protection laws and privacy laws as well. It's important that you understand how that platform is set up to protect the data of all the potential clients that are going to be logging in and are going to be using that, because it's not just how you use that data. So you might have a privacy policy, privacy statement, which is absolutely wonderful, but this third party, the system or software that you're using, whoever's behind that is also having access, or they might have a gateway. So it's great that there's a Chinese wall between what they see and what you see. So they might just see the technology side and not have access to any of your user-friendly information. These are the sort of things you need to look at and the sort of things you need to question. And it's one of the things that are really important for us here at Coaching Minds when we chose the software that we use for our platform and what we offer in everybody right now. So the legal requirements need to be there as well, and you need to understand how all that works. The second thing, as Adele mentioned, is that user-friendly experience. Does it give you everything that you need in order to manage your community? Does it help you, if you want courses, does it help you set up courses? Does it help you set it up sequentially so people can go and unlock lesson after lesson once they've completed it? How does it track those lessons as well? Is it just a tick box that people can do, or do they actually have to watch the video before it's actually classed as a pass? Do you want to build in some extra engagement, such as quizzes, such as worksheets, such as articles and all this sort of stuff? How do you want to do that, and how is that set up? How easy is it for your clients or potential clients to click in, to find that space, to comment, to message, to engage? Is it really clunky? Is it really slow? Or is it really smooth and fast and really nicely engaged? There's some platforms that are out there that can be really cheap, but that can be really clunky, really old school, very old school designed, and you just see a series of messages and you click to one and it doesn't really engage, and it's not smooth and not giving that experience. Is there other things you can do outside of the courses, as Adele mentioned? Can you have that community functionality where you can message, your users can attach photos, they can answer questions, they can engage? Does it set up everything that you need in terms of, can you embed integrations? So can people book you through your calendar? Can you do this? Lots of things to think about in terms of the user experience, but it's making it easy for you and it's making it easy for your clients. But also the other thing that's important in this as well for you is data analytics as well. We live in a world where analytics is really useful. It can help you scale your business. It can help you understand what's going on. So can you actually use the platform to see what time of day that your users are engaging? What's your most popular post? What's your most popular course or your popular video? What is it where people might be getting stuck? You might see a trend that everybody's getting up to lesson 3, but nobody's proceeded past lesson 3. So you can ask yourself your question, well, what's wrong with question 3? How can I change this? You can see actually maybe they're using this part of the platform, but they're not engaging in this. So here might be a bit of a sticking point for my scaling. So how do I change this to help that grow? So data analytics and having that ability to see what your users are using and potential clients are using is going to help you as well. So you can change what you're doing to scale and get more people in there or get more engagement. And then the final point I said is cost. You know, a lot of these platforms can be very expensive. If you want something that gives you everything that I've just mentioned in terms of that user experience, you're looking at a minimum of $1,000 a year to host that. Now, $1,000 is fantastic for someone like Coaching Minds, where we offer a range of different courses, and we provide a load of different courses in terms of CPD, in terms of personal growth, instead of in terms of accredited coaching programs as well. But for somebody who's just starting out as a coach, that's a lot of money if you just have 2 or 3 courses. And it depends on what you charge for those courses, but the return on investment is going to be very low compared to that $1,000 investment that you're putting into there. So it's looking for a platform that is going to be cost effective for you based on your business model, and that's going to help you get a large return on investment for what you're putting in. So I know there's a few out there, Donna. I know you kindly had to put together that list for us and other platforms that are out there. And I did a lot of research on a few of these. You know, you've got Kajabi, which is a famous one. You've got Thinkific, which is a famous one. And you've got a few cheaper ones that go down to kind of like $15 per month. But then when you look at it, they take a percentage of your course fees. So that's another thing you look at a cost is what is the percentage. So every time someone signs up to my course, what percentage do they actually take as well? And the other thing in terms of cost when you're looking at it was what traffic are they driving for you into that platform. So generally, if you just have if you go to one of the lowest spec ones for say $15 a month, and what's that a year? What's $15? About $200 a year, $180 a year if it's $15 a month. So you're looking at $180 a month. But if they're taking 10% or $5 per course sale, then you're actually losing money in that way, and you're helping earn their money. And if they're not driving traffic for you, and there's not bringing people into that platform, and it's just a place where you have to drive traffic through your website, through your social media, then also it's looking at the benefits of that too. So I appreciate I've talked a lot there, but they're just the 3 key high-level stuff to look into and drill down when you're looking at a coaching platform.
No, and thank you for all of that, Paul, because as I said, I've looked into this quite a bit as well. And the cheaper ones, there will be add-ons. You know, the more experience you get, the more practice you have at building your courses and your programs, you have a higher level of expectations. And in order for the cheaper ones to support that, they then offer you these add-ons, and then you're paying for that. And yet you're still paying for, as you said, a percentage for your courses, but they also take a percentage of any other payments. So you have to read the small prints and be careful. If you want to grow, you've got to look at that platform that can grow with you. And I know Adele will back me up here as well. With regards to what you said at the beginning with the data protection and so forth, this is something I find that a lot of new coaches will skip over, because it's a case of, you know what, I'm not going to worry about that right now. The most important thing is I've just paid all this money for my certification or for my accreditation. I need to start getting some money in. But as an ethical coach, it's our obligation to make sure we protect our clients and their information, not only our business, but for them as well. So, yeah, Adele, what's your thoughts on that?
For me, Donna, I agree with you. I think it's the easiest step that a coach that just finished will skip and not really look into, especially if it's what was not covered in their course. There's a lot of courses that don't cover FX, the business side of things. They just teach you how to basically be a coach, give you a bunch of tools. And it's something that's overlooked in most instances. So it's so important to make sure that you cover yourself and your clients, like you mentioned, their data. How safe is their data? What is your policy going to be? So it's definitely worth looking into when you go into a platform. Are they compliant to any of these, like the GDPR and things like that? Are they compliant? Can you use it? Is your clients protected?
Yeah.
And it's Sorry, Don, I was just going to add there as well, and it's understanding the consequences as well. I'm sure some of you have heard, many people who's tuned in have heard of big companies that have actually breached data protection and actually closed down. There was a large energy company in the UK who had a data breach and ended up closing themselves down because people got access to all the information, people's private information, personal information on their platform. So if you do fall into a platform that doesn't have those data protection measures in place, there's a risk that you're going to lose your coaching business. You're going to be held with a lump with a hefty fine, and you're going to lose your coaching business if you don't do that necessary due diligence at the start.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say that as well. And at the end of the day, that information that we're getting is very, very private, very, very personal. A lot of people will store their coaching notes on these platforms. Next steps, the coach will do their reflection, and depending on where that coach is at that moment in time, they may not be 100% professional writing their reflection notes. So you've got to be very, very careful of what could actually get out there. And as you said, this is a step that should not be skipped. This is one of those steps that you should absolutely focus and implement on. Okay, so that's...
Sorry, just one more thing to add. Just one more thing to add, Don, as well. Is just be careful. This is very important if you're looking at new startup software. So we live in a world where technology is advancing crazy at the minute, and there's certain places you can go where they're testing apps. They're in beta phases. People are starting to be very careful when you start to use that and experience that. One, you've got the data protection issues that might happen, but two, that app might not be successful. It might not take off. So you might build everything that you want to build into that space, and all of a sudden they close it, they stop it down because they haven't got the necessary funding or the necessary amount of people to really take it off and let it grow and exist. So you can lose all your work and stop it from progressing as well. So just be very mindful with new startup software companies, technology companies, and how you use that for your business.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what I would like to know, excuse me, as well, is how important are users' reviews and recommendations in this decision-making process for coaches who are starting out, or the coaches that are wanting to move to a different platform?
I would come in there with research. When you do your research, what are you actually looking at? Are you looking just at the platform and the cost and what it offers? Or are you looking at, like Donna, you're saying, the testimonials, the reviews? Are you actually going into that to see what people that has got experience, that has used the platform? Have you seen what their feedback is? Have you looked into one or two? For me, it's important to look at the reviews because it's going to give you that backdoor overview. It's the same for me if you go for a job interview. Did you actually speak to the employees beforehand to see the culture of the company? So it's really going deep into that research to understand what the experience of other people are, especially when you are new and you're looking at the platform.
Yeah, great.
No, 100%, Adele. I agree with you. It's doing your homework before you invest. That's the importance of reviews, Donna. You wouldn't go and book a hotel. Well, I hope people wouldn't go and book a hotel without reading the reviews, or book a package holiday without looking at the people's experience that they've had with them. And that's the other difficulty with startup companies. They don't have reviews, so it's understanding what they're doing, what their aim is, and if they don't have reviews, actually contact that and ask these curious questions. I think a lot of people sometimes are afraid to ask things. They might see something that is good, and if you can't see any reviews, you can't see any. A lot of people, I'm using Amazon as an example. Amazon's a really great place for reviews. You can see them. You can see question and answers, so people can upload the pictures and things like that. A lot of platforms do have a lot of reviews like that, but if they're new, they don't. So don't be afraid to send an email to whatever email you can get and ask those questions. Start those frequently asked questions if you think that it's going to be suited for you. But reviews, they're huge. They're going to tell you what the product's offering. They're going to show you what problems that customers have experienced or users have experienced with that platform or using that platform, both as users, so potential clients that are going to be using the work that you're putting out there, but also as course creators or platform creators that are there putting out there. So maybe they've had problems with uploading videos, or maybe they've had problems with getting it sequential, or problems with the flow, or there's no ability or functionality for this. Then also they'll put in reviews about their customers. Oh, my customer hasn't liked this, my customer hasn't liked that, my potential client doesn't like or use this functionality. So Donna, I think reviews are very, very important and part of the homework, and as Adele mentioned, the research.
Yeah, and I think one of the interesting things that I've noticed, and also in preparation of doing this call today, was looking at the reviews, how many times the owners of that platform had responded and where did they respond. There was a couple of sites where those that gave rave reviews, 5-star, saying this is brilliant, thank you so much. Somebody from the company responded, thank you so much, Paul. Thank you so much, Adele. This, we love serving people like you. Those that gave 1 star or what have you, there's no comment. Now, for me, that worries me more is the fact of, well, why haven't you commented on that? Even if you contacted them privately, you could have turned around and said, thank you for your message. This is we will be contacting you via email. So I think that's important to look at. How many disgruntled people actually get answered and what's the tone?
Yeah, and using a similar example, I think a good platform that demonstrates the use of that everybody might, or a lot of people might associate with, is Airbnb. When you go on Airbnb and look at the reviews, you can see whether or not the host, similar thing, if the host has responded, if they've just ignored it. Some of the hosts can be really aggressive as well. They can say, well, you did this, you did that, and then you can tell that maybe that's not a place for me because of the way and the attitude that the host is responding. Or they could respond and saying, so sorry that this didn't work. Is there anything we can do? Or they might explain, we did this for you and did that for you, please don't forget. And the tone of language that they use can kind of show you the ethos, the values, and the culture that organization might have behind that. So Donna, I think that's a really important point. And you can see that with the experience on customer platforms and the reviews that people use and take there as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Just one thing I would love to cover with you both before we go on and start talking about what Coaching Mind has to offer, is about putting too many of your eggs in one basket, basically. Before we jumped on today, I told you about somebody who had put everything onto a platform and then they got frozen out. So what tips and tools can you give somebody who, even if it's a great platform, how to have that backup? What should they be backing up? So if this does happen for any particular reason, they haven't lost everything.
So I'll jump in first this time, Adele. So I promised last time I'd stop this loop going round, so we had a system going. No, I think, short answer, Donna, is everything. I'm a true believer of backing up in absolutely everything. Technology is wonderful. Technology is weird, but also it has its bad times. And, you don't know when it's just going to give up on you or destroy itself or whatever. We don't know when it's going to happen. So for me, I back up everything. We have a lot of courses, Coaching Minds. Our level 5 accredited program is 80 online lessons with quizzes, with absolutely everything, with the tools, with everything that we put in there, over 100 tools in the coaching library. That is all backed up on a laptop. It's backed up on I have a file as well. What do you call them? USB stick. USB stick with everything on it. There's ways to put it in the cloud. But I have all those videos. And so if our Coaching Minds hub was to go down and we had to give it up, pack it in and leave it, it's going to create a little bit of work of uploading and building everything again. But I don't have to record the videos again. I don't have to do this again. I have everything there. And I can do it in a space of 2 or 3 days to get us back up and running on a different platform. So very important, because these things do happen, Donna, especially again with these startup companies, if they don't get what they need, because they can entice you, they can give you a really great deal at the beginning. It's free for the first 20 users, it's free for this, or it's going to be $2 or whatever. You get in there, you use it, you spend 2-3 weeks, you build everything up, you don't have it backed up. That startup company doesn't take off, it doesn't get necessary finance. You're left with all that work lost and gone. So you have a backup, you find another one, you go up. So backing up everything, really good point, Donna, is important when you're looking at a coaching platform.
Yeah, absolutely. Adele, what's your views on this, or do you just agree?
I just agree with Paul because just as a simpler example, I was working on things the other day and somewhere everything went lost. And I had to sort of restart. Luckily, Paul was there to help me out. But I actually have now got a backup system from that lesson I've learned. So for me, is back everything up. Do it twice if you need to. Like Paul has got the USB, he's got it on a separate laptop. Make sure that everything is double saved because
Yeah.
you can go like that and you mess. And like if the platform goes and they stop operating, what do you do? And everything is like you mentioned, you picked up that it was frozen. Just have a double backup.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I've got it everywhere as well. I mean, I've got it on Google Drive. I've got it on a stick. If they still use floppy disks, it would be on a floppy disk. But I do. But also another reason why I did this is for what's it called? When you protect your property, your
Copyright, intellectual property.
and stuff like that. Yeah. Because if you've uploaded all your courses and your copywriting and your images and everything, and that is in their hands now. So for me, I keep everything, and on absolutely everything, I have my trademark, I have my name, I have my website. So as protection for that. So if I ever found anything outside, I've got proof that I was the original, creator.
Yeah, but those original copies are the most important thing. If it ever gets to a legal case, the most important thing is who has the original date of that stamped date of that piece of work. That's the first piece of evidence they look at is, what is the original piece of date? So having that originally stamped, like you said, with your copyright and dated, a lot of the files and stuff that we use are dated on the computer nicely anyway. You have that original file, but if you lose that original file, you're opening yourself up for copyright. Somebody else can claim that was their work. I've got the earliest copies here. Show me somewhere earlier that you have this in existence. If you don't have that, you're going to open yourself up. But the other thing I want to add there, Donna, just on that, which is one thing we look at whenever we're looking at new softwares, there's lots of new softwares coming up all the time, especially for the coaching profession, is, looking at, we mentioned the way in which people respond to reviews, but it's the support that you actually get from that company and whether or not that company shows a lot of innovation and a lot of growth. And you can get platforms that this is what the platform is and that's it. They're not going to improve it. They're not going to bring new features. They're not going to keep up to date with it. That's a company you want to stay away from. But if you look back and you see a company that actually evolves and they're bringing in new features, they're being innovative, they're changing the way they're doing things, they're expanding the experience for you, they get back to you very quickly, that's also a really good company to look for and invest in as well, because you can see that they care about their customers and that they're trying to improve that experience and keeping up with the fast pace of technology these days as well. So I just want to throw them two in because I think it's important when you're looking at it.
But also another thing I want to throw in, and it's been quite interesting, is for anybody that has dyslexia or dyscalculia or any other difficulties. When I go onto these platforms, I can get myself into a right tizzy, especially if they haven't explained it properly. For me, it's not in a logical order. One platform has been absolutely fantastic that I had reached out to. Other platforms couldn't give two hoots. It was a case of, we don't have the time to talk to you. You're just one person. They've got everybody else too. So I think that is an important thing to find out. If you do have dyslexia or you do struggle with technology, with regards to that, reach out to your support groups, reach out to coaches who maybe are struggling with that as well and say, listen, what platforms have you found the most support with, that can help me in this situation? Yeah,
no, definitely. And the other one to add in there as well, Donna, is visual impairments as well. and color blindness. So one thing I love about the hub, Coach Minds Hub, which we function off the back of Mighty Networks, is that if you were going to use certain colors, it will flag up and tell you that this color is not good. It's people who might struggle to see are not going to be able to see this color. Maybe there's a red and green colorblind clash. It's going to tell you and advise you on other colors that are similar to use, maybe a stronger color of that certain color you want, or a different Pantone number altogether, just to help you connect and make sure that everybody can see and use that platform in a way that is user friendly. So stuff like that. The other thing we're working on, what we can do it's just very manual at the minute, is subtitles. Maybe somebody doesn't hear, maybe they're deaf. Having subtitles on is important as well. It's about making your platform accessible for everybody, so you're not putting any barriers in place that people can't access and use your platform.
Which leads nicely on to you guys to talk about coaching minds and your coaching platforms in more depth, because you really do look into that personal touch, and it's really, really great. And what I like about it is also it feels like you give us a voice. If there's things that we would like to see or things that we've struggled with, you listen, and it you really do listen, which is fantastic. So yeah, I am just going to open the doors, so let it all out, Paul.
Yeah, so I'm going to go last, actually, and I'm going to open I'm going to throw a little curveball in for you, Donna, and ask you guys a question. So I'm going to throw it to yourself and Adele. I just want to ask you which functionalities and what do you like about our coaching rooms, first of all, then I'm going to explain everything we do and why we've done what we've done here at Coaching Minds. So Adele, I'm going to throw it to you first.
For me, it is, you always throw it to me first. For me, it's the ease of use. The functionality when you actually create your program or your course, you've got flexibility. And I think that's the main word that I want to use. You can do it the way you want to do it. You can include videos. You don't have to include videos. You can include your PDFs. You can do your own designs. You can have your lessons sequential. You can have it in modules. There's so much flexibility and what you can play around with. And what I really enjoy that the new thing that came in is the AI assistants, where you can write your paragraph and you can actually go and change the tone. You can make it more witty. You can make it more fun. You can do it to what you want to put out to your community. You can make it more professional, the wording more professional. You can integrate your quizzes in there, which is now an added feature, which I'm currently playing around with, to include a quiz in every single lesson. You can tailor make that room the way you want it. You have topics that you can choose from. You can have members engaging with each other. You've got your quick post feed where you can articles. You can basically do anything that you normally will have a website. You will have your blogs. You will have your courses. Everything is in one room. So your clients has got that focus. They've got that ease. They come to your room and they do what they want, and they can do it at their own time. You can make your lesson sequential. You can make it that they can do any lesson. Maybe there's a tool that they feel that they want to use at this moment. And that flexibility for me is the key, most importantly.
Yeah, I like, for me, it's neat and tidy. So I've just started doing my parent standing tool room. And so that's going to be like a monthly, yearly membership place. And I've got like a section where we can post things and communicate and celebrate, wins and birthdays or what have you. So we've got that. And then in the other section is where all the modules are, and they've got all 12 months to take their time to do that and book their coaching sessions. In another tab, I've got all my resources available for them, so they can just click on, and there's videos, there's PDF books, there's articles, and it's just written up at the top in the stream, and it's very easy for people to find that. So for me, it's clean and it's simple.
Yeah. No problem. Go on, Adele.
Sorry. Well, I just want to add to what Donna was saying. What she mentioned, you tailor make it for yourself, what you want. It's not that every room is exactly the same, because every coach is different, and you do it to what the coach actually wants in their room. And that gives that personal touch to every single room from a coach.
With the branding as well, so you can use your colors, and I like the text that you can use. But I'll throw it over to you, Paul, because you'd be able to explain.
So no, you've mentioned a lot of the good functionalities that we have, but before I go into the Coaching Minds Hub, I need to give a lot of credit to Mighty Networks. So we function off the back of Mighty Networks, which is absolutely a wonderful organization. It's a wonderful company. It's a wonderful platform. And if you want to go directly to Mighty Networks and set up something yourself, then again, like I said, you're starting at a minimum of $1,000 per year, but that's the basic package. You won't get the functionalities that we offer here in Coaching Minds. The package we're going on to is $30,000 a year. It's the pro version. It's absolutely huge. It gives us complexity, it gives us flexibility, complexity, it gives us so much that we can offer you guys, and it's tailored just for coaches as well. You've got to know that Mighty Networks is a community platform that allows you to offer courses and things like that, but it's for every area of the world, any industry, any profession, if people are creative enough to set that up. And it does take time. They don't do the work for you. You have to build all that yourself. You have to understand how the platform works. They don't do it for you. They don't teach you. You have to understand. There's a few courses that you can get for them, but you have to learn yourself how it works, how to operate it, how to set things up, how to use it. And we've spent here at Coaching Minds over 3 years learning how the platform works. And the idea we've come to is use the power of collaboration. So coaches don't have to pay $1,000 a year to set up their own platform from scratch. They can pay $105 a year with us at Coaching Minds, and we work to build it with you. And we drive traffic through. We're bringing members into our hub every week that are looking for coaching specifically. So you don't have to do too much of that work. Obviously, for your room, you've got to market yourself through your social media channels and things like that. But you also have the benefit that we're driving traffic through to grow our Coaching Minds hub. So the first thing I want to mention is we're using the power of collaboration to cut the costs for coaches and build a space and a platform that is tailored solely for coaches and clients, potential clients, to bring them in, to connect the two together. And as Adele mentioned, one of the biggest in the new functionalities that are coming out is what's called as the Mighty Co-host, which is artificial intelligence, which is AI built into the hub to cut down the amount of work that you have to do manually in terms of admin and write-up in the hub. So you're cutting down the time that you spend on managing your community by about 50%. So the aim is when all these functionalities come out, you're going to be spending 50% less time operating your coaching rooms here in Coaching Minds than you would do on any other platform. And at the minute, as it stands, Mighty Networks is the only one, when you're on one of their higher plans, that offers this AI functionalities within its platform. So that's one of the big reasons we went for them. They're really great. As Donna mentioned, I'm very, we care about what our coaches want. If there's things not working, we fix it for them. If there's new features that they want, I work directly with Mighty Networks. I am part of their host group. I ask them questions. I attend their workshops. I attend meetings with them. I chase them up, and I ask to improve these certain features or get support with that. So I'm always there to listen to our coaches and then build and work with Mighty Networks to make sure that this is increased. So yeah, it's a big one. Quizzes is a new thing. It's brand new that you can build in. Really easy, really simple, really friendly. You can literally build a quiz in 10 minutes like that, and it becomes part of your course. You have all the sequential stuff. You can design a program. You have the flexibility to set up this coaching room. So we're calling it coaching rooms anywhere in which you want. So just imagine that Coaching Minds Hub is like a mall, like a shopping mall, and you have so many stores within that shopping mall. So we're bringing people through, and they're like, oh, Donna's doing parenting, so they go to Donna's room, and we market your coaching room. We allow you to market your coaching room within the Coaching Minds Hub as well to drive people to your room. So your room is like a little shop, or you can actually have 3 rooms within Coaching Minds, so you can have 3 shops, and you can build as many courses as you want as well. There's an unlimited amount of CPD courses what we're offering in this package too. So you can build programs, you can have it as a vlog, you can integrate and embed certain other softwares that you use. If you use Calendly or other scheduling tools, you can integrate them into your coaching room. You can have a standard web page in there. We'll help you with landing pages. I've got a bit background on websites and hosting, so if you want something simple in terms of a hosting and you want to build and link your coaching room to that, we do that all for you. You can charge what you want for access to your coaching rooms, access to your courses, and we don't take anything from you. So if you want to come in and charge $90 or $100 for your course, so for example, it's a huge, what we want to do is part of this power of collaboration is give you a huge return on investment. So you invest $105 a year. If you were to have a one platform on coaching room that had a program for $150 for access, your one sale, you're already making profit. So think about that. Think about the return on investment that you can actually make by having this coaching room. And that's what you need to really think, the mindset you need to get in. And I think a lot of coaches struggle with is that business acumen is, I need to invest something to get a return, but how do I maximize the return and minimize the expense to make that more profitable in terms of a business? So we're doing that part for you by doing the lowest we possibly can at $105 per year. But if you get one sale at $150 or two sales at $75 in a month, you've already made your profit. And then the rest of it's just going to be profit for you. There's nothing else for you to pay within that platform. So there's no hidden costs here. And we work with you. We help you with this. You get data analytics as well. So once you get over 50 members in your coaching room, we'll provide you with a monthly report that will show you detailed analytics of what's going on in your room, what the top posts are, what people are using, what people are engaging with, what time of day they're actually entering your course, what's the most active day of the week for your coaching room, so you can maximize that part and engage with them in that part of the week. Or maybe you can see that Thursdays are very quiet. So how do I actually do more on a Thursday to keep the engagement going up? What is the weekly engagement? What's the monthly engagement? What's the daily engagement? We give you all those statistics once you get over 50 members. You can also get access to email lists, which you can then turn into and tie into your email marketing campaigns. You get access to that. We're going to be building a course as well that you have free access to show you how to build your coaching room, how to maximize your coaching room as well, how to drive clients through, how to sell it, how to set it up on a landing page. All this sort of stuff we're going to help and support you with. You get one-to-one support and group support so you can build what you want. Now, the only catch is there's only limited amount of spaces for this. So this is not open to absolutely everybody. We're starting off small just to see. There's only so much one-to-one time we can give here at Coaching Minds. So it is for a limited number of people. So if you are interested, Donna, I don't do this as much as a sales pitch, but just reach out to Donna or myself or Adele. Just talk to one of us and we'll sort it out for you. But what we're aiming to do is, through the power of collaboration, is reduce the costs, help you and give you a space that isn't so expensive for a coaching program, for a community, for engagement, for a platform, for quizzes, for events. You can also find out who's local in your area. You can have local events, online events. You can integrate your Zoom. There's just so much you can do. And what we say to our coaches is, you come and tell us, say, I want to do this. We'll help you with the technical side of things, but you need to have the creativity. So you have the creative ideas, what you want to do with the room. We'll say, right, we'll make it happen. We'll do this, this, and this. We'll help you do this. So we always help you with the technical side of things. So lots of stuff. It's limitless what you can do with it, and we're here to support you with that. And you can charge what you want, and there's no finance coming through Coaching Minds at all. It's all through your own Stripe, PayPal, bank account, however you collect money. That's all done through you. You just pay that yearly subscription of $105 per year, and then you collect the rest and make that huge return on investment. So lots of stuff.
Yeah, well, when you first put this out there, I think I typed "I'm in" before you even press send. So I was very excited. It was like, yes, count me in. Paul, just to get a little bit more clarity around who and how people can access this. So if they're reaching out, do they have to be a coach? Do they have to join Coaching Minds Hub first?
Yeah, so you have to be a member of Coaching Minds Hub so you can see and check it out. Going back to what we were saying earlier on, do your research, do your reviews, go in there, check out some coaching rooms you've already got, ask us a question. But we are only offering these coaching rooms to certified and accredited coaches. So if you've got certification, accreditation, you can have access to that. Or if you do sign up to our program, then you can get a coaching room as well if you're a part of our program. So our program's $3,000. Our practitioner level 5, you want to work through your AMCC accreditation. And as part of that program, you will get a room for a year. And then afterwards, it'll be €105 from there. So if you haven't got certification, accreditation, you can reach out to us. We can help you with that as well. But we are looking for certified coaches. And we will be looking at your certification as well. So it cannot be a 20-hour certification from Udemy or anything like that. You need to have gone through established organization and actually put investment into your coaching room. The reason being is because the other aspect of what we're doing here through collaboration is you will also be part of the Coaching Minds brand. Do you know what I mean? And we don't want coaches that don't know what they're doing, don't know how to coach, and aren't ethical within our organization. So we're going to be looking at the ethical and professional standards piece. We want to make sure that you're operating legally, because we operate legally. It's important to us, so that together we can actually succeed, because you can have a knock-on effect to us. If you do something not correct and you've got a coaching room, you do it within the coaching room, you breach data protection or something like that, that's going to have a knock-on effect to us as an organization as well. So we do our due diligence on the people that we're accepting coming forward, but the requirements are certification. We're going to look at your privacy policy. If you haven't got a privacy policy, don't worry, we can work with you to get one and help you get that sorted as part of the coaching room, because we are asking all of our coaches to have a privacy policy in their coaching room anyway, so we can help you with that. So certification, privacy policy, and just some kind of want and willingness to create coaches and courses and platforms and programs for your potential clients.
Brilliant. Perfect. I'm excited. I'm the same, as you say about being the certified or accredited and legal. As you know, with living in the United Arab Emirates, we can't legally take money transactions if we do not have a business license. So, these things are good to check up on. And as you said, it's coming under Coaching Minds as well. So, it's you're an ambassador.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing I want to add, what makes us quite unique is, we all talk about in coaching, finding your niche, the importance of niches. Coaching Minds Hub is a niche for clients and coaches. So that anybody who's coming in our hub, anybody that's engaged in our hub is looking for coaching or looking to be a coach. If you were to set something up on Udemy or what's the ClickBank in the USA, a few other courses, you put your course on there, yes, they bring traffic, but the traffic isn't necessarily tailored at a coaching or wanting coaching or looking for coaching. It's tailored at people looking for personal development. It's tailored people looking for maybe how to do this or how to create this, how to design that. It's open to all professions and industries. This is solely aimed for people who are looking for coaching or want to become a coach as well, from two angles. So we quite niched down on this.
Yeah. No, fantastic. Great opportunity, great offer. I know the two of us, the three of us rather, are going to be, moving forward together. And this is something I'm really excited about offering and being a part of as well. So yes, thank you very much for this. Now, before we sign off, are there any other last tips and tricks that you can share with coaches that are taking that plunge?
So Adele, over to you first. Do you have any?
There is so many. Just to say is, once again, I'm going to reiterate, is do your research, set up a call, connect with someone in person if you're interested, especially in the coaching rooms from Coaching Minds, connect with someone in person. Maybe you can go through a coaching room, join the hub, but that's all part of your research, but get that review, get feedback. And for me, it's taking that plunge. It's just go out and go and do it. That's the most important, because it's so easy to procrastinate and say, I'll do it next week, I'll do it next month. Just go out, start your research, take that first step, start the action.
Yeah. Excellent, Adele. I really, really resonate with that. And Donna, I just want to say, I promised you a video, so that I'll be giving you that video. So anybody who's watching this, just a little bit of a tour of the coaching room, so they can have access to that. I'll send a link for you to post with this video as well, if that's okay. And I think, I'm one who's generally, I don't be biased towards what we do here at Coaching Minds. If you've ever watched any of my videos when it comes to signing up to our accreditation program or anything like that, it's a lot of money to invest. And, I say people do the research, make sure we're aligned, make sure that you have the right culture, because it's a lot of money, and the accreditation is going to sit with you for the rest of your life. It's your qualification. But it's hard for me not to be a bit biased towards these coaching rooms when the cost is so low, because $105 is really low. And I've done the research in this across everything, and it's probably the cheapest out there. And even if you were just to try it for a year to see how it was, $105 to lose is not. And if you get one sale or two sales at a low cost, or even if you charge $20 and you got 5 sales within that whole year, you're still making it even. So for me, the tip is just go for it. Just take that leap. We can get so caught in decision fatigue these days. But for me, it's just go for it. For that low cost, with potential clients and tailored coaching. And it might not sit at that cost for forever, but if anybody does sign up, we're going to lock it in for them who do take that offer. I've done the research for them, so it's just talk to us, ask us questions, see that we match what you want to do, and then decide from there.
So go ahead.
Donna, I just want to add to what Paul is saying. Over the 3 years that we've had these coaching rooms, they were ever evolving. So with technology, it will evolve to the next step. Every time there is an upgrade, things will change. So you're not going to be stuck in a platform that is not growing technology-wise. There's always new features and new things that comes in as well. And that's also something to look at, is how is the growth? How is this changing over time? It's just another thing that I know with the coaching rooms, how it's evolved from the beginning up to now. Even including AI now. So really evolving. It for me, it's a growing platform.
And apart from that, sorry, go ahead.
No, so you go, Donna. No, I'm just going to give a little sneak peek of the next big stage that's coming, but I'll let you go first. Go on.
I just wanted to say, on top of that it's a supportive community as well. And as you said, Paul, I know you're not one that will, overly promote yourself, but this really is a great opportunity. And I think one of the selling points, as you said, is that you've done your research, it's legally compliant, and you are very, very conscious of customer service and care. So as I said, any professional ethical coach, that is such a nice safety blanket and reassurance for themselves and for their clients, and building their reputation. So all right, carry on. Tell us what you were going to say.
So I was just going to say, as Adele mentioned, we are constantly growing, looking at new ways to build it in, and we haven't confirmed and defined exactly what this is going to look at, but the new thing for 2020. So AI is the main functionality at the minute. Lots of different ways in which you can use AI. Your members can create their introductions in a second like that, just by answering a couple of questions. AI will generate that for them. There's ways in which you can generate courses. If you just put the ideas, it will give you courses and start that course for you. There's so much already being built in with AI. But the other thing that's coming in for 2024 is gamification, ways in which you can constantly engage, maybe give badges to your customers and your clients as they go through certain things or do certain things for the network. We're looking to build gamification there for more engagement with clients. So as Adele mentioned, we're constantly looking to grow that with Mighty Networks, and very vocal, very proactive with Mighty Networks and what we want to see and how we want to shape the Coaching Minds Hub, and they're very accommodating in what they do. So we're here to help you grow. And as I say always, if you don't succeed in your business, we don't succeed as an organization. So we're there to help and support you.
And you do. Yes. I think I'm one of your special needs coaches. With a smile. But yeah. No, seriously, I am so appreciative of both of you, of how much work, how much effort you go into not only providing the platform, but to help with, us building our coaching rooms. I've really only just scratched the surface, and I have underutilized. Again, you know, it's a learning process and going through it. But I know once it's completed, it's just going to be something, you know, and it doesn't take long at all, really. I think I did my 12 module one in the day. So yeah, it's really, really quite quick. So, right, guys, on that note, we are going to sign off, and I would like to again say thank you both very, very much. And for all the listeners that are going to be tuning in, there will be links for how you can join Coaching Minds Hub. And Paul's going to be doing a additional video, and there'll be a link to that as well. I will be writing a supporting article for this episode, and again, I'll put all that information and links on there as well. But so you'll find it on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. That's where you can find us all.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thanks for
Thank you. You're welcome. All right, everyone, take care. Have a very good evening. Thank you.